Hey, this is Dr. Shaw with Valley Hills Dentistry in Hickory, North Carolina. Our goal is to provide exceptional dental care tailored to your needs at an affordable price.
With your look at local sports from across the Hickory Metro, I'm Jason Savage for WHKY News. We start by recapping high school football action from Friday night, week 3 of the season. We saw conference play begin in the Western Foothills 4A, 5A conference, where Newton Conover fell for the first time this season, losing to East Lincoln 49-21. Hickory shut out Bunker Hill 49-0. Maiden gets by North Lincoln in a high-scoring game 54-36. Fred T. Ford falls to West Iredell 37-2. Non-conference games from Friday night. Alexander Central over Ashe County 34-7. Freedom wins on Fat Friday over East Burke 61-22. High Brighton doubling up St. Stephen's 42-21. Bandy's was edged out by Kings Mountain 34-29. West Caldwell lost to Mountain Island Charter by the final of 49-22. Patton losing to Owen 22-7. South Caldwell falls to Tuscola 42-6 on the road, and Drawn was shut out by Wilkes Central 41-0. Lenoir-Rhyne cross country opened up their season with the women finishing 3rd and the men 9th at the Converse Invitational in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The women were led by freshman Regli Jumede. She finished 2nd overall for the Bears. Now, LR Cross Country will be participating in the Queen City Invite in Charlotte coming up on Friday. Lenoir-Rhyne Volleyball hosted their own season opening invitational with the Bears winning over Lees-McRae, Mount Olive, and Florida Tech. Seen here, Fred T. Ford grad Avery Dale with the kill against Florida Tech. Bears are 3-0 to open up the season. They're hosting Shaw tomorrow night at 7. Lenoir-Rhyne women's soccer dominated Lees-McRae 6-0 yesterday at home. The Bears are now 1-1 on the early season. They'll be back in action Wednesday when they host UNC Pembroke. Lenoir-Rhyne men's soccer opened up their season with a 4-0 win over Belmont Abbey on Friday. Raul Canas had a pair of goals in the win, including the first one of the game here. LR will host Lincoln Memorial as they open up South Atlantic Conference play Thursday. That's set for a 3 o'clock start. Lenoir-Rhyne football opened up South Atlantic Conference play with a 28-7 win over Tusculum. Quarterback Kamani Robinson, 13 for 22 passing, 280 yards, 4 touchdown passes with 1 interception. Now LR leading 14-7 after a scoreless second quarter. Robinson would connect here with Dustin Thomas for an 80-yard touchdown, putting the Bears up 21-7 going into the fourth. Defensively, Bears were led by Newton Conover grad Ben Watson. He was a menace on defense. 14 tackles, 10 solo, 4 assists, a tackle for a loss, and a fumble recovery. LR will now host Emory and Henry in their home opener on Saturday with a 1-1 record. Appalachian State volleyball won over Virginia Christian and Virginia to improve to 6-0 on the season with wins this weekend. The Mountaineers will be traveling to Kennesaw State for their invitational Friday and Saturday. Mountaineers will take on Michigan State Friday. Saturday's match against the host school Kennesaw State will be in the afternoon. Appalachian State football won over Lindenwood at home 20-13 Saturday. Offensively, Dalton Stroman's 72-yard touchdown on the opening play of the game, and then a 47-yard gain on a near touchdown a few minutes later were part of a career-high 141 yards on 3 connections with A.J. Swan, who went 19 of 34 passing for 294 yards and 2 scores. Rashawn DuBois had 25 carries for 194 yards on the ground, giving the Mountaineers their best individual rushing total in a game since Cameron Peoples set the school record with 317 yards back in the 2020 Myrtle Beach Bowl. App is 2-0 on the early season. They open up Sun Belt Conference play on the road Saturday at Southern Miss. Tri-County Motor Speedway this past Saturday night. Winners included Thomas Bean, who won over Graham Holler at the finish line in a wild last lap. Other winners, Austin Harris and the Limiteds, Tyler Church and the Outlaws, Clint Townsend and the Renegades, Isaac Harris won the Mini Stocks, Nathan Franks took home checkers in the Street Stocks, and James Powell won the Crown Vics. Now, Tri-County will race again Saturday, September 20th. Scheduled for that night will include the Limiteds, the Outlaws, Street Stocks, Carolina Mini Stocks, Renegades, the Front Wheel Drive Series, and the Crown Vics. And finally, the Hickory Crawdads ended their season at home this weekend. They won Friday 8-6, lost Saturday 2-1, and yesterday fell 12-8, all against the Charleston River Dogs. The Crawdads' 2025 season ends with a record of 68 wins and 62 losses overall on the season. They finished 35-30 on the second half of the season. That was good for second place in the South Division of the Carolina League, but they were 8.5 games back of the second half champion in Myrtle Beach. As always, more details, more stories can be found at WHKY.com.